Hey guys, what's up? NullRage here, continuing my coverage of the next patch of Marvel Heroes and all it has to offer. This time we're taking a look at a new Omega tree available to us, Mutation. Uh, this is going to be, based around mutants, X-Men, and their enemies and all that jazz. Let's go ahead and start from the left. Here we've got Husk. I'm not going to read all of their flavor text, however, I'm sure there's a lot of very awesome lore uh, in those flavor text. If you're a fan of the comics, fan of these characters in the comics, give those a read and all that. Looks like this one is just going to be a 10% chance when you are attacked to shed an outer layer of skin and gain damage negation versus physical, energy, or mental attacks, adapting to the nature of the attack. Okay, so whether you get, it seems like if you get hit with physical, you're going to get physical defense. If you get hit with energy, you're going to get mental energy defense. If you get hit with mental, you're going to get mental defense. Here's the scaling on that. Speaking of scaling, remember this is test center, and this is likely not complete, so the scaling on all of these skills could change or whatever as testing progresses. Alright, so I think it's 5% is the max right now. Alright, next up we've got Dazzler. Oh, dude, I'm so happy to see a Dazzler kind of thing in game. One step closer to playable Dazzler. Let's do it. Alright, 1% chance to hit. 1% chance when you hit to launch a dazzling light show, reducing enemy movement speed by 3% in an area for 1 second, and increasing your base damage by 10%. Alright, there it is. It's still a 1% chance with all the points put in, but the move slow increases with points, and it looks like the duration increases with as well. Let's go ahead and accept and see if we can get this to proc. It's a 1% chance, so we might not get it to proc. Yeah, it's a 1% chance, so it does not look like it's gonna want to proc for us today. Give it just a few more seconds. Alright, we're gonna have to move on. Unfortunate. But still a pretty awesome passive when it does proc. Maybe they'll increase the proc chance on that a bit. I don't know. 10% base damage, that's pretty good. So, and a slowing effect giving you, so if you have the Loki passive on from the hero synergies, it would technically be a 15% damage increase whenever that procced. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and reset here. And next up we've got Sabretooth. Now this, oh man, look at that when you max it out. Now it's gonna take quite a few Omega points. Let's start from the beginning. Here we go. 500 entry cost, and the price increases by 50 with each level, being 700 for that last rank of it. It's quite a few Omega points to pump in, but brutal damage, brutal strike rating, and health regen, because why not? Pretty cool. Alright, next up we've got Apocalypse. 4,000 Omega points, plus 5 to all stats. Pretty cool. And you got 4,500, because you've got the entry point of Sabretooth. So you need a total of 4,500 to unlock this. Again, pricing and all that may not be complete. I'll provide a link in the description for if you guys want to, leave any feedback for the devs on what you think about this Omega tree. As testing progresses, things may change. Let's see. Moving on, we've got Sunfire here, giving you just straight up 1% base damage per point put in to energy attacks. It's pretty cool. It's a, you can come from either side, so you can go with the 80 on Angel, and that way you don't have all that point. Why would you not put points in here in Sabretooth? That brutal damage, brutal strike is so good. But you can come from Angel, and Get that base damage, 40 initially and +5 per rank. And then down here we've got Bishop. When you get hit, gain 1% base damage to energy attacks. 35 initial cost, +5 per rank, up to a total of 10% base damage to energy attacks. Both of these combined, 20% base damage for energy attacks. Very nice. Now, Angel here, 1% chance when you hit to heal yourself and nearby allies 1% of your base health. 5-second cooldown on that, and it looks like points put into the skill will increase the amount healed, but not the chance to proc. 80 initially, +5 per rank. Alright, now, ooh, this one, I really like Warpath here. He's 180 initially for +1 fighting, and then +10 per rank. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. +10. 10 Omega points per point of fighting. Well, okay. No, it goes up 10 per. But still, that's a lot of fighting. +10 fighting for only I don't know, about 2,400, 2,500, somewhere around there. Yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. And then up here we've got Strong Guy. He's, what was his price initially? 190 to step in, and then +10 more each rank. Alright, when you get hit, gain 5 strength for 10 seconds. So getting hit increases your strength with Strong Guy. Pretty cool. Next up, we've got Chamber here. 1% base damage to mental attacks, and when you hit with a mental power, you lose 1% of your maximum health. That's not like too bad. Just straight up mental damage increase. I find it odd that Sunfire over here has just, straight up energy damage increase, no downsides. But if you want the same thing over here, you have to lose 1% of your max health. A little bit imbalanced there. The energy damage favoritism. Yeah, yeah. But maybe it fits in with the lore. I don't know. I mean, 1% of your maximum health is not such a thing.
Lucky for you, I am extraordinarily patient.
Yes, yes, yes. All it would really allow you to do, I mean, it might even be a good thing, because then you could use your med kit to restore your spirit. I don't have spirit restore med kit right now. But anyway, down here we've got Professor X. When you hit with a mental power, gain 1% base damage to mental attacks for every 50 points of maximum spirit. Partial credit is awarded for 5 seconds. Alright, so when you hit with a mental power, you're going to gain a 5-second buff, giving you 1% base damage for every 50 points of spirit that you have. That is very interesting. I think the only real spirit stackers in game right now are Juggernaut, who deals physical damage, and Iron Man, who deals physical and energy. So does that mean that we might see somebody who stacks a lot of spirit that's a mental hero coming soon? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really seem like a mental hero is going to be able to make use of this right now, because they're not spirit stackers. But we'll see. Maybe that'll bring in some new builds, working around this Professor X passive. Could be cool. Now we move into these. I really like these. I really like this whole section here. Psylocke, when you hit with a movement power, gain base damage to mental and physical attacks. Now, when I'm playing Psylocke, I'm always using her movement powers, and Ghost Rider, I'm always using movement powers, and he does mental, physical. A lot of the mental, physical characters, I'm always using their movement. I'm using movement powers on just about everybody, but it's pretty awesome how all of this sort of works together. Here's mental physical, and now we move into the energy. Movement power, gain energy infusion, providing 1% base damage to energy attacks for 10 seconds. So, over here you've got physical and mental, and over here you've got energy. Then if you go up here to North Star sort of works together with Aurora. Now I don't have much knowledge of these guys in the comics, but I think, yeah, they're twins. Yeah. Yep. Both part of the Canadian Alpha Flight team, and their powers sort of work together, I guess. When you use a movement power, gain 1% movement speed for 10 seconds. Aurora Energy Infusion is upgraded to Gestalt Photokinesis, which provides an additional 1% critical hit chance to energy powers. You pump out both of these, and you're gaining 10% move speed when you use a movement power, 10% critical hit chance for energy powers when you use a movement power. So if you're using energy movement powers, so good. And when you use a movement power, energy base damage increases. So 10% base damage, 10% crit, and 10% move speed to boot. That's pretty awesome. Now you can work it even further with these two down here if you, well, Frenzy first. She's sort of middle ground here. When you hit with a melee power, gain 60 critical damage rating, 1 per level, from 10 seconds. Here's how that scales. Looks like it's 20 points to come in and 2 points increase for each rank. And then down here, we've got Polaris. When you use an area power, gain base damage for energy attacks. Looks like it's 35 to come in and 5 per rank. Or 5 more per rank. Cool. And then here we've got Magneto. When you use an energy power, gain base damage for area attacks. Now, if you are a energy area movement user, if you're Silver Surfer, then you're gaining, let's see, 10, 30, yeah, 30% base damage and 10% crit chance. Not to mention 10% move speed too. You know what? Nova could do this too. He's all energy. Yeah, Nova or Silver Surfer using these, using movement powers, using area attacks, and getting this bonus 30% base damage, 10% crit, and 10% move speed to boot. Nova could really make use of that move speed there, adding to his damage again. Wow. These are going to be fun to play with on a movement-based energy area character. Heck, even Storm. Storm could make use of it. Alright, so moving on, we've got Box. Now this is an interesting affix. Base damage versus robots. When you manually use your cybernetics vacuum, gain 1% base damage for 30 seconds. Oh, I've actually moved away from using my cybernetics vacuum, but this might give me a reason to think about doing it again. Oh no. Looks like it's 100% uptime with 30-second duration, 30-second cooldown. It's 40 points to go in, 2 points more per rank, 5 ranks, up to 5% base damage. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be looking at that skill really. Alright, now over here we've got Squirrel Girl. 1% chance when you hit to summon Tippy-Toe to join you in battle for 30 seconds. 300 points to get in the door. 20 points more for each rank. Wow, very expensive. This is actually more expensive than Apocalypse, getting that rank 10 of Squirrel Girl. But what's odd is the only thing that increases is the chance to summon. A little bit weird. Again, pricing and just about all of this tree not completed yet, so that may change. Blob here, he's pretty cool. He's got a nice passive. Um, 20 points to get in the door, and 20 points flat. Each rank is 20 points. Pretty cool. Minus dodge rating, but you gain 150 or 1,500 health, 1,500 defense, and 1,500 tenacity at max rank here. This could be interesting on Juggernaut, considering that tenacity would translate into crit, giving him almost, whether it be 1,200 crit rating on top of all that. I don't know, somewhere around there. That could be pretty cool. Now we've got Pyro here, base damage versus enemies with burn status. Recover 1 spirit when you hit a burning enemy. Okay. Yeah, I can dig that. It's a bit expensive for what it is, honestly. Yeah. Alright. Moving on, we've got Elixir. When you use a medkit, revive the nearest defeated ally. That could be really cool. Looks like it's 400 points to get in the door, and then 40 points for the first one. Okay, this one might be messed up. I don't know. 400 points to get in the door, 40 points for the next rank, and then 10 points more per rank. And then we've got Dust here. 1% chance when you hit an enemy to remove their ability to critically hit for 1 second. This could be amazing in PvP. You can see as you put points into the skill, the amount of time that they're blinded for increases to 5 seconds at max rank. That could be devastating. Devastating in PvP. Get a high crit character and you just shut them down, man. If they can't crit, they can't brute. If they can't, oh man. There are so many characters that stack all the crit damage they can, and using that right there would just shut them down. Alright, well
I will find you again.
That's the mutation tree. It looks pretty cool. It's got a lot of nice options. What do you guys think of the powers? Which ones are you going to use, if you use any of them? Do you already have the perfect Omega build? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take it easy. Have a good one. Peace.